help. We need help. They need help.
Says that she is determined to find affordable housing for her neighbors facing eviction, so she contacted Better Call 4 for help.
And NBC4's Audrey Hassan joins us now with part 2 of our series on rising rent prices here in Central Ohio. Audrey?
Jennifer and Brad, you know, Columbus resident Kim Williams contacted us desperate for answers. We took her concerns to the Legal Aid Society of Columbus, where the housing team says several tenants with Section 8 vouchers are struggling to find places they can afford. In tonight's Better Call 4, the 3 most important steps you can take to find affordable housing. As a retired social aid worker, Kim Williams says several tenants she knows have been evicted after their landlords raised their rent or their income requirement.
They're living from couch to couch. The shelters are already overfull because of the weather.
To find possible solutions for these tenants, we sat down with Chris Kelly, a social worker with the housing team at the Legal Aid Society of Columbus.
Every day we get calls, and every day at court we see folks that, through no fault of their own, suddenly find themselves unable to afford rent.
Kelly says he assists residents facing eviction daily at court.
The process is really overwhelmed right now. That's absolutely true. Everyone is getting these calls. Everyone is getting frustrated.
He reminds tenants real estate is an investment and a rent increase is legal when property management changes.
And people are thinking less about who's in it and what families might be there and what senior citizens might be there than they are about what profit they can make off it.
So he recommends tenants assess all your options.
The first goal, of course, is to help people find a way to pay that. Whether that's temporarily through an agency, whether it's working with them to get an increase in employment. Sometimes that requires finding childcare so they can spend more time away.
And although he says several programs can assist in the application process, the reality?
People have other barriers that landlords are allowed to discriminate against: credit history, criminal history, evictions, and things like that.
He suggests 3 steps you can take to find affordable housing. Number 1, be creative. Avoid the trap of only searching popular sites like Zillow or HotPads.
There's a few websites that are off the beaten track. If you use your best judgment, you can go into Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, look for sublets, look for temporary locations.
2, be a strong advocate for yourself and establish a relationship with potential landlords.
Highlight your employment. Highlight the fact that you don't owe your last landlord anything, that you weren't evicted perhaps, but you wrote up a move-out agreement.
And 3, use all of your resources and avoid dragging your previous landlord through the mud.
You want to play up your supports, perhaps try to offer double deposit if that's within your means, perhaps suggest a co-signer.
Kelly says you can also call their intake line at Legal Aid for assistance. We posted that number along with the links to several other resources to help in this story on our website, NBC4i.com. Jen?